Hey, everybody. Happy hump day. I had to get that music off. It's been so long since I went live. So, welcome, 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 everybody. Let me come on over to the chat. Let me come on over to the chat. Where y'all at? All right, now. Can y'all hear me? Is the audio good? Somebody let me know in the chat. Welcome in, Geo. Welcome in, Life with Marlene. We got Venus in the house. Who else we got? Be Amazing Sylvia. No sound? Oh, you can hear me. I thought somebody said no sound. I almost panicked. Hey, Stephanie. All right. Welcome. So, welcome in to another Team Build with Geo collaboration. Every Wednesday, the month of February, we will be live from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time up through about 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I apologize if I missed some of you guys. I was literally just getting off of work and in heavy traffic. I was trying to listen in when I could. I heard some wonderful messages, great inspiration, and lots of motivation. So I am grateful to be on this team. I have been with Geo since 2019, and I absolutely love Geo and all of my teammates. So thank you guys again so much for being here. I am Pandy of Pandy's Hair, Candy, and More. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. If you are already chat family with me, welcome back. Y'all already know what it gives. I'm so excited to see you guys. Happy February, happy Black History Month, happy month of love, and even in spite of all of the chaos, in spite of all of the foolishness and craziness going on around us, we still have to be in our right state of mind and operate in our purpose and as our best self, which is why tonight my topic is going to be self care 101. Okay. So, welcome everybody. Self Care 101. I am Pandy of Pandy's Hair, Candy, and More. I like to think of this channel as a small, one of YouTube's best kept secrets. This is a go to spot for all things natural hair, beauty, self care. And today, like I said, we are diving into the topic of self care because self care is really as essential as your morning cup of coffee. Self care doesn't always have to cost an arm and a leg. We don't have to break the bank to do it, but it is definitely essential. Why? Because we all deserve to live a life that's not just balanced, but one that's also brimming with joy and positivity. So even when all hell is breaking loose around us, all kind of wars going on, all the grocery stores price gouging, gas prices through the roof, crime creeping up, stock going buck full, we still have to take care of us. And we can't pour from an empty cup. And in order to, take care of our families, our children, our spouses, our loved ones, we have to be operating as the best version of us. So that's why I wanted to touch on this topic tonight. So I thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that you find the information that I shared tonight to be uplifting, informative, positive, and I hope that you blow dry on that like button. And if you really vibing with me, hit that share. Share the video out. Sharing is caring. Somebody might really need to hear this information. It might brighten up their day. It might motivate someone. It might inspire them to say, hey, I can do that. Because I think we're under the misconception that self-care is this big elaborate thing that costs thousands of dollars, and that it's out of our reach, and it really isn't. Okay, but it starts with a mindset shift rather. So thank you guys again. I'm going to get into it, right? So I have a few points that I want to touch on, and I won't be before you long. Again, this is a team build collaboration. Each of us, every Wednesday, the month of February, will be coming through with 30-minute sets to share topics, information, content on things that are going to be uplifting, inspirational, and motivational, so that hopefully you'll take something away that you may not have had when you came. And definitely feel free to jump into the chat and engage, chime in. This is not a one-way conversation. I'm simply sharing information, but y'all know I love feedback. So definitely feel free to let me know what's on your mind in that chat. Y'all should have seen me flying to get home, running up in here trying to cook while I still was listening, because my husband's like, "What you cooking?" You got to make it do what it do. Okay. So I got it done. Oh, 8 minutes. Oh, you're fine, Emma. I know Gio will get with you. She might try to put you in the black hole or jack hole, but she'll get you together, honey. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. We are going to start off by the power of self-care. Why? Because there's definitely power in self-care. Okay. I want to talk about why self-care is a non-negotiable. Okay. Like I said, I think sometimes we have this misconception that self-care is just about bubble baths and face masks, things like that. And those things are fabulous. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, because I'm always unboxing and reviewing different self-care products. However, self-care is so much more. Self-care is not selfish. Sometimes you will have negative individuals that see you trying to pour back into you, and because they're not in a space where they are truly utilizing self-care and pouring back into them, they try to make you feel bad because you are pouring into you and you're trying to elevate yourself to be at your best operating level and walking in your purpose. We can't allow that to happen. But that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. The power of self-care. All this is really, we don't want to overcomplicate it. This is really just about us seriously sitting back and taking time to recharge our minds, our bodies, and our spirit. I have been making intentional acts, intentional attempts to exercise more, to eat lighter, to walk, to be active. Those are all acts of self-care. That is me caring enough about me to make measurable, doable steps to ensure that I'm pouring back into me so that I can pour out to others. When we prioritize our self-care, we're essentially telling ourselves, I matter. We matter. We matter. And like I said earlier, it is a mindset shift, but trust me, this mindset shift is nothing crazy. It's not voodoo. It's not geechee geechee gaia. This mindset shift can actually lead to more improved mental health and clarity. It can lead to increased productivity and a much more positive outlook on life. So this is why I've been stressing, make self-care a priority. It doesn't always have to be a luxury. Now, every now and again, if you're able, we don't want to be robbing Peter to pay Paul, trying to keep up with the Joneses, but every once in a while, if you're able to treat yourself, then do. But if you're not, you can still do things free 99, okay, or for a little bit of nothing with common things around your home. And we're going to get into it. But I wanted to initially talk on the power of self-care because, you'll see people on social media, in the news, in your life, on your job, in your churches, in your family, tell you, girl, you ain't got to do all that. What is self-care? Self-care. It's always a negative Nancy, forgive me, but negative Nancy's, and not our Nancy. Our Nancy is blessed. But you all get the gist. There's always people trying to put down what you're trying to do to improve yourself. It's absolutely ridiculous. We should take pride in who we are and make it up in our minds that we want to be the best us that we can possibly be, especially in the midst of what is going on around us. By doing this, like I said, it'll improve clarity, your mental clarity. Okay, you'll be able to think from a sane state of mind. And like Stephanie mentioned earlier, you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You're on go. Okay? If you got a bunch of garbage and nonsense going on up in your mind, you're not going to be ready for a natural disaster. You're not going to think, oh, where's the generator? Where's my solar panels? You're not going to think of those things. You have to pour back into you. Okay? Now, the next thing I wanted to touch on in alignment with self-care is DIY, do it yourself. Like I said, you don't have to break the bank. Some of the DIY self-care practices you can do. You don't need to go to a fancy spa to enjoy the benefits of essential oils. And trust me, we love our brother Famous, okay, rooted in essential oils. I support that man's business. I have different things from him, different essential oils, but guess what? When I could splurge, I did. When I can't, doesn't mean I'm going to sacrifice my self-care. You can go into your kitchen. If you have cinnamon sticks, if you have lemons or any other kind of citrus fruit, you might need to make your own diffuser. The point of the matter is take time out to set aside intentional time to have self-care. Okay? We know that when you create your own calming atmosphere, either at home, by diffusing fragrances, either essential oils or fruits, you can use lavender or eucalyptus oils. Different scents like this can help to reduce stress levels and promote relaxation. Let me take these glasses off, child. Okay, y'all, I'm just coming in. Don't mind me. But yes, if you try that simple hack once a week, I'm telling you, the cinnamon sticks, mix a little brown sugar. I have mixed vanilla extract, cinnamon, bring it to a boil on the stove and just let that scent linger throughout the house. You will de-stress. You will start to calm down. You will start to relax. Because every now and again, you're not going to be able to buy that fancy essential oil, that high dollar essential oil, but you still got to do what you got to do. If you don't have a steamer, old school, my grandma used to let the hot water run in the shower, close that bathroom door up and let that bathroom get real steamy, slather us up with the Vicks Vapor Rub. It's got all that eucalyptus in it, and then go stick us in the bathroom. Looking back, that is a whole DIY spa treatment, and it'll clear that nasal passage right on up. I'm just saying, don't say I ain't never told y'all nothing, okay? And I'm going to come on down to the chat in just a moment. Let me see what y'all talking about before I go on to my next one. Let's see who we got in the building. Let's see what we got in the building. Oh, come on now. Now my computer want to be moving slow. Why it ain't pulling up y'all's comments? Give me a moment, y'all. See, we doing good on time. The devil is a lie. Where is my comments? There y'all go. All right, all right. I see Sylvia's in agreement with me. Okay, yes. Absolutely, Emma. Sure was a whole treatment. A whole treatment. Okay, I see Stephanie agreeing. Hey, Miss Key. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. All right, y'all are feeling me. Y'all are picking up what I'm throwing down. Okay. All right. Hey, Venus. Good to see you. All right, all right, all right, all right. Hey, Marlene. Okay. So I didn't want to stray too far off a track. I just have 5 quick points that I'm sharing on Self-Care 101 and why it's important, why we need to take time to set aside intentional time. And if you're like me, I'm an extremely overly busy person. But like Sylvia said, we still have to make time for our families, our husbands, our wives, our children, our grandchildren, and just time for us. And oftentimes, as women, we put ourselves on the back burner. We'll take care of everybody else and everything else and put ourselves on the back burner. I'm guilty of it. It'll be 11, 12 o'clock at night by the time I sit down and think about me. And sometimes it just works out that way. Other times, journaling for clarity. Have a journal. Work on your time management. Plan things out. Journaling for clarity. Let's talk about journaling. Journaling. If you grab a notebook and a pen and set aside 10 minutes each week just to jot down your thoughts, your dreams, and goals, this practice can help you to gain more clarity. I know it sounds like how? Why? Who told you that? Trust the process. Just by taking 10 minutes a day or even a week, because sometimes that might be all you have, is 10 minutes that week, because that week is crazy, like the week I'm having right now, but I digress. But try it. Set aside 10 minutes each week just to jot down your thoughts, your dreams, your goals, your visions, your intentions for your life. That practice will help you to gain clarity. It'll help you with processing emotions. And it'll also help you to be able to track your personal individual growth. And it's also a great way for us to unplug from this digital world that we find ourselves caught up in. Sometimes I'm too ashamed to say how many hours a day, okay? So when we unplug from the digital world and just get back to where we started, old fashioned, pen and paper, think about it and just try it and come back and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear how it impacted you. I'm telling you, when we unplug from the digital world, from social media, and just sit down and get one with ourselves and write out our thoughts, our goals, our visions, and start planning and preparing, mentally, it helps you to connect with yourself on a much deeper level. And yes, I personally do consider that a form of self care. If you're not already journaling, try it. If you are, you already know where I'm coming from with that. It'll help you to get clear. It certainly will. Come back down and see what y'all talking about. All right, all right. All right, y'all are feeling me. Y'all are feeling me. Now, the next point I want to bring up, and this one has been a struggle because of the weather. But you know what? We have to push ourselves, even if it's just 10 minutes. Nature walks for mindfulness. This is another fantastic self care practice that we can take into account. And when I say walks in nature, of course, I don't mean going out into the wilderness and hiking for hours on the side of a mountain. If you can, if you have the luxury to do so, then do it. But if not, you can take a stroll in the park or you can hike in the woods. Just being outside in nature, you can even just walk around in your neighborhood, walk around your block. When you're at work, sometimes my building, the campus where my office space is, it's a huge 3 buildings and it's a like walking trail sidewalk. Sometimes I'll take a 15 and just go walk around that a couple of times because I know I'm going to be exhausted when I get home. I got to cook, I got to wash clothes, I got to do this and that. So I try to get my walk in that 15 minutes. Taking 10, 15 minutes to just take a quick stroll or a hike, just being out in nature like that, it will really help us to boost our mood, and it also helps to reduce stress. It's good cardio, for our heart health. It's just good for so many different reasons. And if the weather is bad, I personally invested in a walking pad. That was one of the things I treated myself to for Black Friday so that I could no longer use the excuse, it's cold outside, it's raining, or it's snowing, the weather's bad. No, I can go right in that room and plug up that walking pad and do my 15 to 30 minutes and still walk. Now, I'm not exactly getting a nature walk, but I am being active, and that also is a form of self-care. It's all about setting aside intentional time to better ourselves because ultimately there's power in self-care, right? There's power in self-care. We don't always have to break the bank. We may not have money to afford an expensive gym membership. We may not be well enough or have enough gas in our car to get to the gym. You just don't know. Life be lifing. And you don't know where people are. This is why I share this kind of information and tips so that people understand and realize no matter what economic walk of life or place you're in, you can still do these things. Pour back into you. Trust me. You'll be so grateful you did it. I'm feeling it. And I'm just getting started and being consistent with it. And is it a struggle? Absolutely. But do I know in the end it's going to pay off? Absolutely. And I encourage you all to do the same. Now, last point, and not least, DIY spa days. Now, I know all of us have seen on TV or maybe even have had the luxury of treating ourselves to a spa day. We know spas can be very expensive, okay? I'm telling you, I have taken small teaspoons out of my drawers in the kitchen, set them in my freezer when I didn't have my fancy retinol or biotin infused eye pads. I go put those spoons in the freezer and let them get real cold. And guess what? I hold the spoons up under my eyes to see I get puffy bags under my eyes. Do that in the morning, it reduces puffiness. Guess what it costs me? Free 99, baby. Free 99. I'm just telling you, a DIY spa day, you don't need to spend a fortune to pamper yourself. Okay? You can create a spa-like experience in your home with a warm bath. You can do a homemade face mask. Heck, we got YouTube. You can Google up anything. Google up DIY home masks, DIY spa ideas, and I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, everything you need is probably already in your kitchen cabinets, in your drawers, in your refrigerator. And just take that time, shift that mindset. You know what? It's all kind of craziness. These bills are piling up. This food is costing too much. This gas is costing too much. That man ain't acting right. That woman ain't acting right. These people at my job getting on my nerves. I got to unwind. I have to de-stress. You can DIY it. A DIY spa day. You can do a homemade face mask, put on some soothing music, and just put all the focus on settling down, okay? Unwinding, recharging. And remember, it's all about taking time out for you to do something that you enjoy, that makes you feel better, that helps you to unplug, and helps you to settle down. Because self-care is more than just fancy spas, bubble baths, expensive trips and outings. It's things you can do to pour back into yourself. And I just shared 5 on tonight. I hope it blessed somebody. And there y'all have it. 5 simple yet powerful self-care practices that you can do to put yourself first, make yourself the priority. You don't have to break the bank, and you're still pouring back into yourself. This was my way of introducing Self-Care 101. Many of us are seasoned in what self-care is and what it looks like, but trust me, more than we want to admit or even are aware of are like, where would I start? What should I do? Isn't that going to cost too much? I don't have money for that. A lot of this stuff you got right in your house. We don't need what's going on in the world with these planes crashing, these prices, all that's going on in the political world. We don't need all that to further stress us out. We already got enough going on. Take some time out for you. Pour back into you. Make yourself a priority. I'm going to come on down to the comments before we move on to Emma, because we got Design with Emma coming up next in about 2 minutes. Again, I am Pandy of Pandy's Hair, Candy, and More. I want to thank you guys so much for supporting and listening to tonight's commentary. I will be back next Wednesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern with more self-care motivation. It is near and dear to my heart. Let's see what y'all are saying before we head out. I don't know why my comments are not coming up for me, y'all. I might have to grab my phone. Okay, there we go. Okay, Stephanie says, I love walking. Yes. I'm starting to enjoy it more now too, Stephanie. For some reason, my laptop is moving really slow. Yes, Venus, I'm telling you, get back to journaling, because sometimes a good idea will fall on you. And you know how it is. You'll get busy doing other things. You'll get distracted. Oh, it is not pulling up the right comment. And you'll forget about it. But when you journal and we write down our ideas and thoughts, we can always go back to it. So it's a good idea. It's a good practice. All right. I want to say shout out to everyone who came in, since my laptop is lagging on me. And we got 1 minute before we have to head on over. Oh, it's a premiere happening now. Oh, well, I'm going to bring tonight's live to a close, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all have an amazing evening. Shout out to you all. I'm getting ready to head on over to Design with Emma. Y'all, stay safe. Stay encouraged. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.